I want you to go in the comments and tell me what you think is the biggest productivity killer. So as you can guess, this next Ask Him a Question is, what do you think people do that kills productivity? You ready for it? Distraction. And I mean distraction in a lot of different ways. But I'm going to break it down to the main ones that I feel like in this day and age we have all the time. So I mean, phone is one big distraction, right? Your cell phone. But also it could be your computer, it could be the things going on around you. So, you know, phone beeps, and now that book that you're reading, you're like, oh my God, somebody just messaged me. Who was it? Is it important? Is there an emergency? Could be a phone call. I don't know about you, but I don't get a lot of phone calls. So when somebody calls, I'm like, oh dear God, what's going on? My heart rate starts going up. Is there an emergency? Is it the care providers for my child? Is it my husband? Is it their work? You know, did I miss a meeting? So that kind of distraction obviously is going to break up whatever your workflow is. But the big one I find is notifications. Notifications from your social media, notifications for your email, whether you are on your phone or you're on your desktop. These are distractions. You are in your train of thought. Maybe you are writing new content. Maybe you are trying to write up an email, and then you see this little notification come up, or you hear this little bloop, and now suddenly you are distracted. You're distracted from your train of thought because, you know, dopamine's going in and you see, I got new messages, and you want to go read them. Or somebody, you know, you got a notification that you've got some more likes on your Instagram photo. These are so disruptive. And there are a few things that I think that you can do to really help yourself out. The easy thing is just to put your freaking phone on airplane mode. But for some of us, this isn't an option because there might be an emergency going on. So definitely shut off the notifications happening in any of your social media programs and even your email. If there is an emergency, someone's going to call you. That being said, it might also be important to make it so that only a few important people can disrupt when you are working for emergencies. You can also let those people know, of course, that between this hour and this hour, I am going to be working, so please don't contact me then. I would definitely suggest shutting off notifications that come through your desktop or laptop computer, because even that visual, whether it's the noise or the visual, it is distracting. And if you just look at it for 2 seconds and you see the person's name or you see the subject line, that can be all it takes to get you off your train of thought. It's not worth it. One of the other things that I really highly suggest doing, because we all know how distracting social media is, and you will see one message and you're like, I'm just gonna go check that one little message and then I'll be back. And then half an hour later, you don't know what happened. I personally, if I have them on my phone, I will disable and or uninstall applications from my phone so that if I want to go on them, I have to re-download them and or I hide them so deep in folders that it's just such a hassle to try to open them up. But I find this super helpful, especially if it's first thing in the morning. I am not so tempted to go check out Instagram or whatever platform. It's exciting in that moment when you see the little icon. If it's not there, you're less likely to go check it. But when it is there, it's just so darn easy. So just get rid of it altogether. Download it if you need to post something on Instagram and you know that you can't do it from your desktop, but maybe remove it shortly after that. And last but not least, track your time. I talked about this in a previous video, so make sure you go check that out if you haven't already seen it. But it's really important to track your time, whether it is doing the task that you want to do or acknowledging the distraction. So if you're going to go on social media or you're going to go down a rabbit hole on YouTube, give yourself a time limit, okay? Seriously, it's really important because hours can go by and you're just like, I didn't get anything done today, or I didn't get as much stuff done because I did that. So set yourself up for success, track your time. And honestly, like when you track your time, you're more likely to stay on task. You're more likely to hold yourself accountable because you might take a week and track all of your time and it will be the best week because you're tracking your time. And then the next week when you're not, you don't know how long you've been doing those things for. So those are my tips about that. If you've got some Ask Kilma questions, make sure you hashtag Ask Kilma or hit me up on social media at Kilma Music.